Welcome back to CAD 101, the Fusion track. In our last episode, we modeled the body tube and inner tube using circles and extrude. Today we design the tail fin. This is where simple lines become controlled geometry. We'll use the line tool, we'll apply dimensions, lock the sketch to fully constrained, and then turn it into a 3D part. No guessing, no dragging, just clean design intent. Let's cook. All right, so we are starting a new part here in Fusion. So we select part design. Again, we're doing inches. So we're going to go ahead and hit create new. First thing we always do, save. We're in the model Rocket folder already. Today we're making our tail fin. So name is correct, location is correct, save. So we're going to start today. I'm going to show a new feature. So here we have insert canvas. So sometimes it is easier to sketch something. If you don't have the dimensions or an assembly drawing in front of you, you can insert a image of it. So I'm going to insert this from my computer. We've got the tail fin part already drawn, or the actual tail fin the way it comes. We're going to go ahead and click OK. So this is what the tail fins look like. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to create the sketch right here on the front. And we're going to just trace this shape. So today we're going to use the line tool. And we're going to start here, and I'm just going to trace this tail fin out. So left click once, come up to the next point. Zoom in a little bit. It's trying to snap me to the y-axis there. Come down to there. Go. And close my shape. At this point, I'm going to temporarily finish the sketch. I'm going to go in and I'm actually going to delete the image now. I no longer need it. All right, so now I'm going to go back into that sketch so I can move this around. So I'm going to do a couple of constraints to make this shape a little bit more accurate. So first, because I always want to have something connected to the origin, I'm going to go ahead and do a coincident, which just constrains two positions, 2 points, two parts of a line together. So I'm going to start by clicking on the origin dot, and then this corner here. You'll see they snap together. The next one I want to do is I want to make this line straight vertical. So this constraint here is the horizontal slash vertical line. I'm going to click on that and make it go vertical. All right. So now I kind of have the overall shape. I'm going to make the dimensions locked in a little bit. Actually, while we got a chance, we're going to do the angles first. Since I did this based off the sketch, I don't want these to change once I start to change the diameters or the lengths of these lines. This one should pop up and say driven. Yep, okay. All right. So now if I know that this one here should be 2.5 inches, we'll call this 1.25. All right. So one thing as I was going through, you should have noticed that these lines went from being blue to black. Since I started in the origin and I put dimensions in, I've got angles in. At a certain point, it knows exactly where each one of these lines starts and stops. And so it can no longer move around. So if I were to grab this bar or this line or this line or this point, I can't left click and drag it anywhere because it's locked into the origin here, and all my angles and my sides are now fully dimensioned. So this is a fully constrained shape. So now I'm done with the shape. I'm going to hit Finish Sketch. And now I need to turn this from 2D to 3D. So just like before, we're going to extrude. I don't have to click my shape this time or my profile this time because I only have one, unlike with the circles where I had the inner circle and the outer circle. All I need to do is type in my distance here. So it is 1/16 of an inch for this part. It's a pretty thin piece of balsa wood in reality. And then just one thing to call out here. So right here with direction. So you'll notice here my blue sketch, the whole extrude is going to the right here. That's what this arrow is showing me. If I were to change this to symmetric, it would do 1/16 in both directions. If I did two-sided, I could make one side really big, the other side really small. But for this purpose, 1/16 one-sided works for me. Hit the home in the view cube to spin it back out. Now this part is wood, and again it's balsa wood, so I'm going to change the physical material to a wood. I'm going to go with the cherry wood. I just kind of like the way it looks. It's kind of a darker reddish color. And there we go. That is our tail fin. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And we are done with our model. Now we have the body tubes and the tail fin modeled separately. In the next video, we step up in complexity and we build the nose cone using arcs, lines, and the Revolve tool. Make sure your tail fin sketch is fully constrained before moving on. Clean geometry now is going to save problems later on when we get to assembling. Let's cook, y'all.